Ogunjobi. Yes, Nigeria's micro, small, and medium enterprises are the backbone of the country's economy and contributing significantly to job creation, economic diversification, and overall growth. As the nation celebrates the MSME Day, the spotlight will be on resilience and ingenuity of Nigerian entrepreneurs as they provide opportunities to discuss challenges, contributions, and prospects of Nigerian entrepreneurs. Introduced earlier. She's live in the studio to discuss issues surrounding small and medium enterprises for MSME Day 2024. Her name is Stella Ndikele, and she's the founder and CEO of Noban Beauty Limited. Thank you so much, and happy MSME Day to you. I think let's start this way. Tell us a bit, like a summary of the story. How was it? How challenging was it for you got to where you are now? Let's put it that way.
So it's more like most business owners basically are accidental entrepreneurs, right? Mm. So I didn't start out to be a business person, right? Wow. Somehow life pushed me into business, and I realized that about 80% of business owners didn't just want to do business, but life happened and they see themselves running businesses.
Wow. So that was the way it happened. So, and now moving on, how has it been? Because many believe that with our environment, there are, of course, series of challenges. You heard earlier, we're talking about food. I'm sure you know how it is now, what you used to buy and what it is at the moment. How has it been? Multiple taxation, all of this, registration. Even you, at the time, CAC was better now, at least. But how was it then?
I think then, especially as a woman in business, there was, I'll say, I started about 9 years ago to run my business. I would say, compared to now, then it was way difficult being a woman in business, right? So right now, I know that there are so many opportunities, so many programs and funds targeting women. Before this era, where the focus is now on the woman, it was difficult, even having to access funds in the bank. And as one of the problems of being a small, medium-scale enterprise is the fact that you don't have traction. You're just coming in. So nobody is, and you're now a woman, there's no record, there's nothing to say, okay, let's help you, right? But right now, yes, women are becoming more equipped, especially with what we have to go through to run businesses. It's getting better right now.
Now, this year's theme for the MSME Day is, of course, sustainable development, eradicating poverty in times of multiple crises. Let's go back to time of COVID and challenges that have been. Yeah, I see that nod. How did it go? And how would you look at the environment now compared to that time?
As a business owner that is basically more into retail, I would say COVID was a big step into another phase, right? So, the problems small business and medium scale tend to go through. There is no fund, there is no basic access to infrastructure, right? So you're battling capital, then you're also battling, I don't have money to open a shop, So, but I started as an online business.
Wow.
Because
technology, you took advantage.
I didn't have access to funds to have to rent a space, right? So the little I had to make the best use of it. And what it did for me, I started in 2015. What it did for me that we were ready when COVID happened. Because remember when we were all at home, people were still buying stuff. So COVID was a huge shift for my business. It was a good thing for my business, basically. Because it made all the efforts we've been putting, it started paying off immediately COVID happened. Because the attention turned from, I must walk in to get your stuff, or to, can it be ordered and delivered anywhere, right? So there is a shift that happened with COVID. Even the woman in the market is on social media right now.
Yeah.
Right?
You see them with POSs and all of that.
Yes.
To be that way.
Even in the financial sector, there is a shift.
Yeah, that's true.
When we are looking at people, we are making payment portals that the woman in the market can gladly use. Let's even leave those of us that understand website and all that.
Yeah.
There is a shift happening that I love so much, you know, and so I believe that COVID was a good thing.
Really, I think I also agree with that. But today, would you now say, anyway, you're almost tilting to that end, that technology has changed the way we do business in its totality.
Of course.
But are we really taking advantage of it? Do you think we are?
So I would say that in this climb, we are. But when it comes to business, one of the challenges I had was not knowing where to learn or where to get the right knowledge. Because I read medical laboratory science in school, practiced for 8 years before focusing on my business. I didn't have any business knowledge, right? So the problem I see right now, technology is amazing. People are jumping on it, you know, is that there is no know-how. Like, nobody is teaching people what to do. So it's easy to start a business. I say it all the time, especially retail business. The easiest thing you can do is to give somebody money and collect the stuff.
Yeah.
Or even if you're in service, the easiest thing is to rent a space, do POP, do all the nice things. But where is the part the knowledge plays? How do you sustain this business you've started? So yes, technology is amazing. People are on TikTok, people on Instagram, people on Facebook, you know, people are everywhere. But the problem here is they start off, but do they grow?
Big question. Do they really grow?
Yeah.
That's a big one. Now that purchasing power seems to be low, inflation is there on the high side. Fuel, we know how much it costs. Diesel, even for those that run their businesses. And many people think they need to change or rework their business plans. How has that also affected business?
Of course, of course. We all have to go back and sit down now and look at the numbers. What is important, what is not important? How do you, in fact, in the course of this whole thing, you realize that if this sector of my business is not doing well, we'll shut it down. But now we look at the place where technology plays a huge role, which is if you've been playing small, you've been niching down for a while, like you're just in Lagos, it's time to, because with technology, you can sell globally. With technology, you can, whatever you're doing small, you can amplify. So what the whole crisis is doing is I'm seeing a lot of people, myself included, looking outside that, okay, maybe we'll have to start generating more FX. Maybe we'll have to start doing this, you understand? So it's time to stop playing very small. So I believe so many businesses that are looking at themselves, looking at the numbers and looking at the data are pivoting and looking for ways, because the honest truth is that it's hitting and it's hitting everybody hard.
So hard. Seriously hard. I must agree with you along that line. But let's now talk about funding. Yes, I know that's always also something that small businesses like to talk about. Before now, we know the Bank of Industry, we hear of Bank of Agriculture, for those in agricultural space, have special funds for small businesses. How do I put it now? What level of enlightenment do you think young business owners have now to take advantage or key into some of these opportunities that we see from all of these commercial banks, development banks? Are people really taking advantage? Because people keep saying, we can't get any money. We can't get any money. But the banks come up and say, we have some funds for women, like you said, for young entrepreneurs, like you said. You know, so all of this, are people taking advantage? Are they getting enough knowledge about this?
So I will answer this in two parts. The first part is this. There is not enough information out there.
That's it.
So if you want to target small, medium-scale businesses, where are they? If you're making policies and it's not at the face of the people you want to help, then, so we know where to find them. Is it obvious to them that you are there to help them? So I also have heard so much about the Bank of Industry, right? And when I tried to apply, I was told because I wasn't producing in Nigeria, I couldn't get access to the fund.
So you produce outside Nigeria?
Yes.
So when are you going to start producing in Nigeria?
When the infrastructure is ready for it. You know, it is more expensive.
Backward integration is very important.
It is more expensive for me to produce in Nigeria.
That's another big topic also.
Yes.
So
yes.
what about the Forex involvement and all of that? So at the end of the day, it falls back to what you sell. So it might not be cheap. Do we put it that way? So, but are you thinking?
No, the truth is that, so because there is a lot of these other countries have done it in such a way that it's not as expensive. So let me give an example.
Okay, go ahead.
When I started the business, I used to get my courier bags in Nigeria here. I get them, I send it to the printer, I brand it and all that. It never occurred to me to go outside to try to buy this stuff, right? What it was costing me in 2016 to do 100 pieces of bag was 100 naira per bag. 2016.
16.
And someone said, see, you know what, why not try do this way? And I took it out. It was now costing me 25 naira.
And we talk about ease of doing business. So how easy is it to do business in Nigeria? So what would you advise, let's say, young ones, maybe for government too, to support small businesses like yours? Government always have a role to play one way or the other.
Of course.
You know, what would you say to young ones that want to do what you're doing and for government support?
So for people who are looking into, because of the way the economy looks right now, everybody wants to do something as a side hustle.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Exactly.
Honestly.
So when we talk about small, medium scale enterprise and all that, it's not something, it will happen because as the economy is going this way, we're all looking for ways to survive, right? But one issue I had, and I'll say it again, is that know-how, right? People want to jump into business, but I want to buy and sell this, but I don't know how to scale it. I don't know how to make it sustainable. So that is the fall. So for me, because of what I went through to get my business to where it is, I personally organized classes to teach for free, right? Then I also wrote my book where I told my story because one of the problems, I didn't know who to look at what they did to say, let me follow this pathway and get to where I'm going. So for me, I'm trying to fix a problem but I can only do it in the small way that I can. What the government can do here now is to create consulting facilities where this business, it's not just to give them funds. The reason why they don't give some certain businesses funds is because they know that they might not do well, right? Why are we not creating facilities to teach these people to, because, okay, you want to do this, teach them how to manage. How do you grow your business? How do you make it sustainable? Because it's not to jump into business that is a problem. It's how do you grow it? How do you make it sustainable? How do you get it from a two-man business to employing 50 people, to employing 100 people? Right? So the biggest issue I see here is that businesses are starting and dying because they do not know how to scale.
It's a real one. So another year we're already counting because it was yesterday. So what's your outlook for your business and for the economy? Or for your industry, let me put it that way.
Okay, so the thing with business is if you don't grow, you die, right? So I believe for myself, we're looking into more of diversifying because, you know, just like you said, inflation is happening, and also we're looking into new niches, basically. You understand? Sitting down and thinking of the niches that are not well represented and doing something about it.
And before I let you go, someone talked about MSMEs need to be problem solvers.
Oh, why are you doing business if you're not solving a problem? So, first of all, before your business can even take off, you must solve my problem. If you're not solving my problem, I'm not going to give you my money.
That's true.
The problem you're solving for me should be something that when I give you money, I go home and go and sleep. Yeah. If whatever you're doing will not make me go home and sleep with my eyes closed, I'll find the person who will make me go and sleep and give my money to them. The truth is, no matter what the economy looks like, money will still change hands.
That's it.
Money will still change hands. But the question is, who offers the best value for the money? Money will still change hands.
I must thank you so much, Stella Ndekele. She's the CEO and founder of Noble Beauty Limited. Wish you all the best and hope to have you again on the show anytime we're talking small businesses or anything that has to do with your kind of business. Thank you so much.